I've been a blacksmith armorer for over 30 years. I've created weapons for over 200 feature films. This is Man at Arms. I'm going to recreate the Spartan sword from the movie 300. This piece is kind of an exciting historical build. I really enjoyed making this one. I needed to forge the blade out of 4340 alloy steel on the power hammer. And then left to center spine by forging the edges. Once that was forged out, giving a rough blade shape, I ground the profiles on the belt grinder. Then also forged out the bronze hilt and pommel on the power hammer. You can't multitask when you're forging bronze. It's got a really finicky kind of heat temperature. It got too hot and melted and fell apart right here. It fell apart twice, but the third time it worked. And then shaped that up over the horn of the anvil. Once the bronze hilt and pommels were forged, I took them to the vertical milling machine and drilled and tapped the pommel to a 3/8/16 thread.
Safety first!
Both the hilt pommel and the blade were ground to a 120 grit finish on the belt grinder. The grip for this sword was made out of Delrin, so we cut a piece of Delrin, drilled a hole through the center with the lathe, and then shaped up the grip with a belt grinder. Covered that with leather.
This is the finished strip. So this is what we're going to be wrapping the handle with. I'm going to start with some barge here, which is a contact cement. You definitely want to use this in a well-ventilated area because it will get you hot. And there you have it.
The blade was put into the heat treating oven to about 1550 degrees, quenched in oil. Tonight, we dine in hell. It's good for your lungs if you have asthma or whatever. This is an oxyacetylene torch. Acetylene comes in on the red line. The oxygen comes on the green line. I turn it on a little bit. Use a striker here that makes sparks. Most of the rest I can grind to shape, but that's a lot better. Took it again back to the 120 and 320 grit belts on the belt sander, polished the blade back out. Even though it's lightly finished here and polished up, you can still see some hammer marks and scale on each side here from forging it out to shape. I'm intentionally leaving it kind of rough. And the final step in making this sword was patina the blade and the hilt. So we used a chemical oxidizer to make the hilt black and to also to blacken the blade and bring up the highlights.
We have it all antiqued and patinaed, so we're going to put a coating of museum wax on it. The museum wax is fairly pricey and used to get lost a lot, so Tony put this lock on here, so hopefully it'll last.
Dude, is this how you test the sharpness of all your blades?
No.
Feel that.
Yeah.
That feels amazing. This is a great weapon. It feels, like a Spartan. It's no more, no less than it has to be. Good. Totally did that on purpose. All right, this time for real.
Thanks for watching. We're always on the lookout for new weapons to pull out of the forge, and we want to hear from you. Click on the weapon you most want to see, and maybe you'll see it in a future episode.